12 disciples of Jesus. Who were the 12 disciples? Ordinary men with an extraordinary calling, handpicked by Jesus Christ to change the world. These were called apostles, which means sent. Let's meet them, not as statues in stained glass, but as real people whose lives were radically transformed. Peter, the bold fisherman from Galilee. Jesus found him casting nets and said, "Follow me, and I will make you a fisher of men." Peter walked on water, witnessed the transfiguration, denied Jesus 3 times, but later became the rock on which the early church was built. He preached with power and was eventually crucified upside down for his faith. Andrew, Peter's brother, also a fisherman. Quiet but effective, Andrew was the first to follow Jesus and introduced Peter to him. Tradition says he preached in Greece and was crucified on an X-shaped cross. James the Greater, son of Zebedee, brother of John. Fiery and passionate, Jesus nicknamed him Son of Thunder. He witnessed miracles like Jairus' daughter being raised. He was the first apostle to be martyred, executed by the sword under Herod. John, the beloved disciple, writer of the Gospel of John, Revelation, and 3 letters. He leaned on Jesus at the Last Supper and stood by the cross. He lived the longest and died in exile on the island of Patmos. Philip, Jesus found him and simply said, "Follow me." Philip brought Nathanael to Jesus and asked deep questions like, "Show us the Father." He likely preached in Asia Minor and died as a martyr. Bartholomew, also called Nathanael, Jesus said of him, "Here is a true Israelite in whom there is no deceit." He likely took the gospel to India and Armenia and was brutally martyred. Matthew, the tax collector turned gospel writer, despised by society, yet chosen by grace. Jesus called him from his tax booth, and he followed immediately. He preached in Ethiopia and died as a martyr. James the Less, the quiet disciple, possibly the son of Alphaeus. Little is known, but his legacy speaks through faithfulness. Tradition holds he led the church in Jerusalem and died a martyr's death. Thomas, often called Doubting Thomas, but let's be fair, he was the first to call Jesus, "My Lord and my God." After seeing the risen Christ, he took the gospel to India, where he was pierced with spears. Thaddeus, also known as Jude, not Iscariot. He asked Jesus at the Last Supper, "Why reveal yourself to us and not the world?" He preached in Syria and Persia, dying a martyr. Simon the Zealot, once a political revolutionary, now a preacher of peace. His transformation is proof that no past is too wild for God. He was likely martyred in Persia. Judas Iscariot, the betrayer. He sold Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, then, overcome with guilt, took his own life. He was replaced by Matthias after the resurrection. The 12 disciples were not perfect. They were not famous. They were not powerful, but they said yes to Jesus, and that changed everything.